Hi, my name is Christina. I'm going to be sharing my artist book with you today. So my book was inspired heavily by all of the plants that are surrounding my house. So about a month ago, right at the end of May, as all the flowers were in full bloom and the new leaves were starting to sprout, I went out and I picked and pressed a whole bunch of these flowers and leaves to preserve them, and then I decided that I was going to use them to make my book, which is here. The paper is stained with tea, so I brewed some tea and then I painted it onto the paper and let it dry. The binding here is made out of grass from these long grasses in my yard, and I basically rolled them together to make a rope. I didn't expect myself to be learning how to make rope when I started this class, but I did, and then I coated the rope in wax so that it would be preserved. So the goal for my book was to create something that seemed like it could be stumbled upon, kind of like foraged as I go through it. I hope you'll notice that it looks like a kind of like a botanist's field book. I really wanted to have that vibe where it's like, you know, a new specimen of plants, and then they're writing notes, and yeah, so that's what I was going for. And so it's just, like I said, that paper, these plants are glued on, and then permanent like felt tip marker on the paper to do the writings. Something that I also focused on as I was doing this was basically creating a layered effect with the use of wax paper. I've been kind of skipping through the earlier pages, but so here, let me find a different page. So for example, for this one, here I have this flower, and what I wanted to do was I wanted to almost create like a Frankenstein effect where everything seemed like it could be real but also wasn't at all if you looked a little closer. So this is Eastern redbud flower, and this is some random leaf, and this is also some random leaf, but when put together they seem like a cohesive unit. And then if you flip the transparent paper on the wax paper, you see the other half of the image, which, like I was saying, kind of I wanted to create like a layered effect to give everything kind of deeper meaning, and kind of like make everybody who sees it a little bit confused as to what they're seeing and come up with their own interpretations. As for the text that's on here, basically what I did was the focus of this book was the aesthetic, but the quote-unquote narrative of the book from start to finish is it starts kind of from the plant's perspective or the world's perspective, and it's telling the story of life on Earth and plants on Earth. And as the book goes on, I didn't intend for this to happen, but it felt really right as I was writing the narrative. What it ended up switching into is it almost seemed ambiguous, like it was coming from the plants or whether it was coming from humans as they contemplate like the future. So it started all the way back in the beginning of the world, and then up to the impact that humans are having on nature now. And then as I started writing, I was like, wait, this feels like it could almost be the story of humans right now and the uncertainty we're feeling in quarantine and all of this stuff. But yeah, so that's my book. Thanks.